Hey guys, GWS here, and we are here to do a MAGA Farm 2 update. Now, before, it was more of a political thing to, kind of campaign for Trump a little bit, but I noticed that there are a few people actually interested in the MAGA Farm. And there are significant updates that we have made that I have not brought attention to in the MAGA Farm. So I'm just going to briefly go over those. There's some things I'm not going to show because, I appreciate the privacy of my family, and I'm not going to show any of that. So we're just going to stick with the outside for now. I'll probably do a MAGA Farm 3 when we get our next batch of turkeys, or when we make other significant updates to the farm. So, first of all, let's kind of go over, and we'll go over the front yard too. I was too lazy to go over that, and we'll go over inside the barn, which I never even bothered to do. So, we're going to go over again and review everything, starting with something I need to address real quick. Put the tarp back over this big old bunch of wood. We got a lot of, it's mostly light kindling wood. We have a bonfire, well, not a bonfire, but a kind of a cooking fire pit, like an artificial fire pit. Got a flagpole here first of all. We'll just put that here so we can kind of hold the back end of this tarp down. Hopefully it'll stay for once. It gets really windy here. Of course, big ass house, little ass Honda Fit. Got to point that out. We took our flagpole down. We need to replace our flag. So there's a little thing. Here's our tool shed. Pretty nice in here. It's not organized. I'm not going to show the inside, so that you'll have to deal with the laziness. This is our butcher table where we butchered all of the turkeys, and as you're going to see, there's going to be a suspicious absence of those turkeys. I wonder where they went. Probably in my belly. That's right. Okay. Now, here's some storage stuff. Here's a little bit of an update. We've actually used a lot of this, and you're going to see that once we get into the farm portion. Out of place pine tree. Here's our barn. I barely even talked about this, too. Just strange. Okay, here's our little chickens waiting on us. I won't point that thing to the wall like I did last time. So, there's that. Okay, a lot of this trashy shit's still here. A lot of it's going to remain because, chickens perch on it. We've even caught them going under it. So, the chicken situation is the same, roughly. You'll get to know more about that. We moved these feed barrels here because we've done additions to the rabbit coop, and as you can see, this stuff we're waiting on. We're getting some more stuff we need to wait on Timothy grass. We're going to be expanding this rabbit coop yet again. And speaking of that, we'll talk about the current expansions. Here's a water bottle out of place. Don't know what he wants done with that. Again, rabbit coop. Here's two of our rabbits. The brown one is named Poco. Hey, Poco. Poco is very excited for food. And there's Gumby. They're both sharing water right now. And here's one of the grown-up babies. They've been having recent conflict, but that's another topic entirely. Here's a little sweet Rhode Island Reds. I barely even got to talk about them last time. See, here's the good rooster right here. He is a protector of the hens. He'll fight you if you go on his turf, but he's a chill rooster. He's, as far as roosters go, he's not gonna be feisty with you, to say the least. And we're going to show the mean rooster here in a second. Here's the extension to our rabbit coop. As you can see, if you watched before, you saw a house on the other side of that little fence. That house is gone. We've moved that into here, and we've built, from our storage materials, a lot better of a shelter. We have lighting in there, we have food, and I think their water's outside, but we've done a lot of that, and we've used a lot of the tin for the flooring so they can't just dig their way out. This is all for the rabbits. This more than doubles their previous storage. A lot of this stuff is the same. Here's the old goat house. Here is what's left of one of the rabbit houses. When we moved it, it's because we went a couple years without any animals. What ended up happening is all the wood started rotting out of these beautiful structures we built. That wasn't a good thing, and a lot of it just basically became flimsy, broke apart, and we just set it here for... There were turkeys actually laying eggs in here, and the broad-breast turkeys aren't supposed to lay eggs, but one of them somehow did, right at the end of its life. Of course, no turkeys, because they all went under the knife. We don't need to go into detail on that. Okay, here's a feed pan. Obviously, the wind's been blowing. This is a little bit changed in that we cleaned out the barn, the old Timothy grass, and we put new Timothy grass in, and we put this here. Continuing to try to fertilize this ground, so maybe it'll do something. Weeds will grow on it now. Before, nothing would grow. Even weeds wouldn't grow on it. Now you get at least weeds growing on it, and we're hoping we can get more stuff to grow on it someday. I believe the previous owners took a lot of the topsoil. Here's our mean rooster right here. See this little guy? This little guy has a little Napoleon complex. I see, watch what happens. It doesn't take much. As I, hey, you want to fight? You want to fight? Look at him. Look at him, he rearing to go. He's usually more aggressive than this, too. Look at him. I see the other roosters chill, but this one will run you all the way. He'd chase the turkeys. He would literally run the turkeys from the goat house into the barn. Okay, so I don't really want to go through that gate. I don't like messing with that chain. We got that chain pretty good. That chain's hard to get tight, and the chickens will kind of run into the yard if we don't have it tight. So I'm not going to mess with that. We'll go through the front gate to get to where we want to go. But before that, here's something that's moved a little bit. We moved this bike rack here. So, yeah, as you can see, still got a lot of pallets, a couple old pallets. Got a couple new, the more sturdy pallets in here. And we had a ton more pallets. A lot of them were used to make this, though. That's what I'm talking about. The particular person, when I talk about prying wood off of the pallets, that's what I had to do. Okay, so let's just show briefly inside the barn. We got a little ramp here too, if you want to see that. So here's the inside of the barn. It's not much, but water, feed, that lighting kind of keeps the water from freezing. Got a couple little perches back there. Here's all their egg baskets. We built most of this. We didn't build the pallets, obviously, but we bought the poles. This was a wood rack. We bought that. We kind of converted it just to help with the purchase. Here's another pallet right here. Here, there. Let's see if any is roosting. Of course, as you can see, there are actually a few eggs. We're gonna go ahead and collect those. I'll collect what I can with one hand. So we got that. Okay, and as you can see, they're on these pallets. So if you wanted to see that part. Okay, now I gotta find a way to close this. One hand plus eggs. Very carefully. And wheelbarrow right here. Show you all the stuff on the MAGA Farm. Everything. We're even going to show the yard this time, because I'm such a nice dude. Okay. Oh, and we also need chicken wire for that repair right there. That's really important. Those rabbits, they are escape artists. We had one permanently escape. It's basically gone. We can't do shit with it. Oh, one more thing. If you want to know where the blood goes with the turkeys, there it is, right there. And in fact, this one is the execution chamber right here. We got the hole. What you do is you hang it up on, we use a bungee cord, or you could use about anything. Just hang the bucket up, put the turkey upside down, slit its throat. Most humane way to butcher something. Oh, here's a sawing accident here. We got a table saw. I can show you that real quick. Here's some of the wiring, which I didn't exactly build the best trenches for this, but I mentioned to some other people how I messed up my shoulder. Well, building these trenches was part of it, but the thing is, this part was the easy part. The hard part is building the trenches in this hard-ass dirt. I can actually show those real quick. There might be remnants sticking out still that I still need to go through. Yeah, you see where the wiring is going underground? Yeah. This one I need to do better on. I still need to do that. My procrastinating ass needs to get it in gear. And see, there's a wire that runs along here and goes behind here. And yeah, it's catching it. And this is the part where I messed up my shoulder, because this ground is literally impossible to dig in. So what I had to do, this is how I fucked up my shoulder. Use this, and then basically just scrape along the ground like this. I'm not dexterous with one hand, but it's like you use two hands. You use one shoulder for leverage. You know, since I'm right-handed, I'm using my left shoulder for leverage, and it's just like, you know, I eventually just said, fuck it. I've tried to use the shovel. Doesn't work. Tried using shovel sideways. Doesn't work. So it's like, I'm going to have to go out there and do it again, too, because a lot of the trench, maybe I didn't have... Maybe the dirt was too loose and the wind knocked it out. No, but something knocked the cord loose. Oh, here's the bungee cord that we used to hang the bucket to butcher the turkeys. So, if you wanted a little tutorial on that, there you go. That's just the water. Oh, we don't have that chair anymore. The chair is right there. Don't know why we don't throw that away. Alright, so here's the garage. If you were observant, you would have found we had a lot of dirty shit on this garage. And we still do, but Garage is functional again. We're not gonna do an inside because, like I said, I appreciate the privacy of my family, and I'm not gonna put them through there. So we're gonna go through here. Usually we don't like using this gate because this is finicky. And in fact, this will not go through anymore unless you really force it. And only I have the strength. Okay, so hang on. I accidentally did something. Okay, 1.0 focus. Okay, that's all I want to do. Accidentally hit something. But it's like, yeah. Advantages of being big, folks. Advantages of being big. Here's a tree from the inside. It's a lot prettier when you look at it from the yard. This is what I mean when I say the yard's a piece of shit. And literally, our big-ass German Shepherd dog turds. Not pretty stuff, but so I was going to show the yard, so I'm going to show the yard. Half-dead tree here. This tree is very much alive. But of course, no leaves because we're in January. Happy 2021. Alright, here's lawn furniture. It's fucked up right now as it keeps blowing off. And so it's like, you know, we usually put the cushions like in the tool shed, but it's oh wait, I gotta show you guys other stuff too. Here's the fire pit. The thing in the center there, we got that tarped off. Here's an old ass table. Here's a slightly newer but still old ass table. Here's our grill. So when the apocalypse happens, you'll know where I'll be. My stepdad and I. Let's see. So yeah, not nearly as nice. Oh, one more thing. One more little piece of history. By the way, all this fencing, the gating, even the fencing over there, built by us. So, but this used to be a playground. And just to kind of give you an idea of the kind of work we put into this place, like all this gravel here that you see that kind of lines the house, that was all back here. Not only was it graveled, but it was graveled over a tarp. This was a playground. We literally took apart the entire playground and we used it for a lot of the stuff you see over there. So, you know, if you ever wonder why our stuff looks haphazard and just like randomly put together, that's why. Okay, so that is the update to our farm. Here's work that was done in our septic. So I'm gonna walk back through here. I'm not going back through this gate. I'm gonna screw up the lock. So we're just gonna end the video here. This is MAGA Farm 2.0. Thank you all for listening. I will be back either when we do major updates, if there's a revision, or if something major changes. Thank you all for watching, and happy farming. Good luck under this new dumbass president, Joe Biden. Thanks for listening.